Welcome to Histories Mysteries, where we explore the secrets hidden within the pages of time. In today's episode, we're diving into the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. One of the seven wonders of the ancient world, their exact location and even their existence are still subjects of debate. Grab your detective hat, because we're about to investigate one of history's most intriguing mysteries. The Hanging Gardens of Babylon, a name that evokes images of lush greenery and architectural marvels. When you hear that name, you probably picture amazing green plants flowing down from giant walls. Imagine a place where nature and human ingenuity come together in perfect harmony. It sounds like something really smart people built a long time ago, a feat of engineering that has fascinated historians and archaeologists for centuries. But did this amazing place really exist? Or is it just a legend that has been passed down through generations? Or is it just a cool story that people have told each other for years and years? The mystery of the Hanging Gardens continues to intrigue us. The Hanging Gardens were supposed to be in the old city of Babylon, which is in Iraq today. This ancient city was a hub of culture and innovation. The story goes that King Nebuchadnezzar II built them around 600 BC as a present for his wife, Amethyst. A grand gesture of love and devotion. Amethyst, they say, really missed the beautiful mountains and valleys of her home. The gardens were meant to remind her of the lush landscapes she longed for. People described the gardens as like heaven on earth, with unusual plants, waterfalls, and steps that went way up high. It was a paradise that seemed almost too good to be true. They were considered one of the seven wonders of the ancient world. Along with awesome things like the Great Pyramid of Giza, these wonders were the epitome of human achievement and creativity. And the statue of Zeus at Olympia. Each wonder tells a story of a time when human imagination knew no bounds. To understand the mystery of the Hanging Gardens, we need to go back in time to the Babylonian Empire. Babylon was a powerful civilization in Mesopotamia that lasted for a super long time. It was located in a good area for growing things between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. Babylon was a big center for trade, cool stuff, and learning new things. The city was famous for its awesome buildings, including its huge walls, big palaces, and the famous Ishtar Gate. The Babylonians were really good at astronomy and math, and what they discovered helped other civilizations for many years after. If they were real, the Hanging Gardens would show how rich and smart the Babylonian Empire was. They would show how people could build amazing things even in the desert. Even though old stories tell us the Hanging Gardens were huge and amazing, nobody has ever found them in Babylon. This makes a lot of people wonder if they were ever really there. It seems like the desert has kept its secrets hidden for a very long time. Many years ago, the great city of Babylon crumbled. Wars, time, and the desert wind all ruined it. People slowly left the city and its great buildings fell apart, leaving only small hints of how amazing it once was. Because there isn't any real proof, some people think the Hanging Gardens were just made up. They think the story got bigger and more exciting over time until it became a legend. Even though we haven't found the gardens, we do have exciting descriptions of them from old writers. These ancient texts, filled with intricate details and vivid imagery, paint a picture of a lost wonder that has fascinated historians and archaeologists for centuries. Greek historians like Herodotus and Diodorus Siculus wrote about the gardens, talking about how beautiful and clever they were. They described lush greenery, exotic plants, and an architectural marvel that seemed almost too advanced for its time. Their stories, written hundreds of years after the gardens were supposed to be built, give us clues about how people back then saw the gardens. These accounts, though second-hand, offer a glimpse into the awe and wonder that the gardens inspired in those who heard about them. They describe an amazing building with a complicated system of pumps and waterways to carry water from the Euphrates River to the top of the terraces. This ingenious irrigation system was said to sustain a variety of plants and trees, creating a lush green oasis in the middle of the arid landscape. These old stories, while interesting, are a bit of a problem. The descriptions are so detailed and vivid that they almost seem too good to be true, leading some to question their authenticity. They were written a long time after the gardens were supposedly built, so some people wonder if they are true. The gap in time between the supposed construction of the gardens and the writing of these accounts leaves room for doubt and speculation. Were these historians writing about real things, or were they just repeating stories they heard? This question continues to spark debate among scholars as they sift through ancient texts and archaeological evidence, trying to separate fact from fiction. The mystery of the Hanging Gardens remains one of history's most intriguing puzzles, captivating the imagination of all who seek to uncover the truth. The mystery of the Hanging Gardens has fascinated explorers and archaeologists for centuries. Many people have gone to the ruins of Babylon, hoping to find proof of this mysterious wonder. While they haven't found the gardens, these trips weren't a total waste of time. Archaeologists have found things from the time of Nebuchadnezzar II and his big building projects in Babylon. They found the ruins of huge palaces, temples, and the city's massive walls. This shows that at least some of the old stories are true. While these discoveries are important, they don't prove for sure whether the Hanging Gardens existed. The search for real proof continues because people still hope to find this ancient wonder. Some researchers think they might have found a clue about where the Hanging Gardens were. Not in Babylon, but hundreds of miles away. They think the ruins of Nineveh, the capital of the Assyrian Empire, might be the place. In Nineveh, archaeologists have found the ruins of a giant garden built by the Assyrian king Sennacherib. This garden, with its clever system of canals and waterways, looks a lot like the descriptions of the Hanging Gardens. Is it possible that the Hanging Gardens were really in Nineveh and people later thought they were in Babylon? Or is this just a case of mistaken identity? Nobody knows for sure, and it shows how hard it is to figure out the past from just a few clues. If the Hanging Gardens were real, building them would have been incredibly difficult. Making a beautiful garden in the dry desert of Mesopotamia would have required knowing a lot about irrigation and moving water. The old stories describe a system of pumps, chains, and water wheels used to bring water from the Euphrates River to the top of the gardens. If this system was real, it would have been way ahead of its time, showing how smart the Babylonian engineers were, but some people don't believe it. They argue that people back then didn't know how to build something that complicated because we haven't found any proof. And because it would have been so hard to build, people still argue about whether the gardens were real. Whether the Hanging Gardens of Babylon were real or not, their story is still famous. The idea of these beautiful gardens high above the desert has inspired artists, writers, and dreamers for many years. The legend of the Hanging Gardens shows how creative people can be and how we can change even the driest places. It reminds us that we are interested in lost civilizations and the mysteries they left behind. The Hanging Gardens, real or made up, are still amazing. They remind us that the past is a mix of real things, legends, and imagination. We still don't know the truth about the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. This ancient wonder, often described as a marvel of engineering and beauty, has eluded historians and archaeologists for centuries. The mystery surrounding its existence continues to captivate our imaginations. While we may never know for sure if this amazing place really existed, people are still trying to find out. The dedication and passion of archaeologists and historians drive them to keep searching, hoping to uncover clues that might finally solve this ancient puzzle. Archaeologists are still exploring the ruins of Babylon and other old places, hoping to find the truth. Each excavation brings new discoveries, whether they are small artifacts or significant architectural remains, adding pieces to the vast jigsaw puzzle of our past. New technology and ways of researching give us hope that someday we might finally solve the mystery of the Hanging Gardens. Advanced tools like ground-penetrating radar, 3D mapping, and drone surveys allow researchers to explore areas that were previously inaccessible or overlooked. Until then, their story will continue to fascinate us, reminding us of the power of mystery and how clever people can be. The allure of the Hanging Gardens lies not just in their potential reality, but in the inspiration they provide for future generations to keep exploring and questioning. The Hanging Gardens of Babylon, a whisper from the past, a challenge for now, and an inspiration for the future. They symbolize human ingenuity and the eternal quest for knowledge, pushing us to look beyond the obvious and delve deeper into the mysteries of history. What other secrets are hidden in the desert, waiting for us to find them? The sands of time conceal countless stories, waiting for the right moment and the right people to bring them to light. Thank you for coming with me on this trip through time as we explored the mystery of the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. Our journey through history is far from over, and there are many more wonders to discover and stories to tell. I hope you keep learning about the ancient world and all the amazing things in it. The past is a treasure trove of knowledge and inspiration, waiting for curious minds to uncover its secrets and share them with the world. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button to show your support. Don't forget to subscribe for more awesome content like this, and click the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload something new. See you in the next video.